most often in poverty, and in poverty situations, that's one of the biggest reasons.
I get it. So you don't want poor families be able to have kids. Is that what you advocating for?
No, I never said that. Remember, I think that they shouldn't be having abortions. Remember, I'm saying that it makes sense. You asked me to.
That's a lie, because white people are
wait, hold on. Let Yup speak. Let Yup speak, and then I want Tiff to circle back to that other comment. Yup, knowing that there's a very high statistic of African Americans. Well, they're the highest group that aborts their babies, and I have to say this as a disclaimer because then I'm going to be eaten alive. 33% are white people, white women, 21% are Hispanic. And this is of all abortions performed. So it says something that, African Americans are 14% of the population, yet they're getting almost, over a third of all abortions. I think that's a very scary thing. I think that's genocidal, and I think it's being done by design, since most Planned Parenthoods were placed in.
Where are those institutions where they can have those abortions? Where are those institutions being planted?
They're in the hood. Yeah, they're in the inner cities.
Exactly.
It's all being done by design. So I feel like if you support abortion, you support some sort of white tea supremacy, because that is how this started. Because this is how this started. Hold on a second. This is how this started with Margaret Sanger, who was a racist, right, and a eugenicist.
Girl talk.
So this is an issue, and this is why I bring it up. People call me racist. Wait, hold on, Chelsea. People call me racist because I always bring up this statistic, but I'm bringing it up in a way to inform and open people's eyes to the fact that if you are for the Black movement, if you are for Black progression, and you're anti-white tea supremacy, you should not be pro-choice.
Thank you, my love. Thank you, my love.
So, Tiff, I want you. Okay, hold on, love. Hold on, Chelsea. Hold on. You gotta wait your turn. Go ahead, Tiff. I want you to go. Tiff, and circle back on what you were gonna say. Go ahead.
I don't even remember what I was gonna say. Sorry,
It was about shit. What was it? I forgot to.
I was putting Halloween candy.
Can I bring up something real quick, though, Queen?
Yeah.
Okay, I did want to bring up something because I think Yup brought up the viability question. And viability doesn't even matter. It's a moot point, because if I took you out of your natural environment and placed you in, let's say, the forest, you wouldn't be viable after a certain point in time. If I took you and put you in the middle of the ocean, you wouldn't also be viable at a certain point in time. So viability doesn't even matter. And our stages of viability, which we consider actually, what is it, a tip? I think it's 20 weeks, 22 weeks to 26 weeks would be considered viability.
24 weeks is viability.
That's what I thought, but that's in the U.S. Now, if you go to Africa,
even in some U.S. cities, like if you're in like Appalachia or like some sort of like mountainous or like some crazy rural
what's the chances of viability at 20 weeks?
What's the chances?
They're not going to have the NICU.
Your baby being viable.
But we're talking about the U.S. right now, right?
Wait. Let's talk one at a time. So who's talking?
I was talking.
Okay, go ahead. Finish up, Savannah, and then you can respond.
I was saying, if we're even talking in the U.S., like Queen just brought up, like the Appalachian Mountains in rural West Virginia, right? In rural West Virginia, like, they're not going to have the capabilities to deal with a 20-week-old fetus as it being viable. They would have to send it somewhere else, and at that point, it probably would not be viable. So, viability is a moot point no matter which way we look at it. There should be no reason for viability because it's a human life no matter which way.
In this discussion? We can't hear you, Chelsea.
We can't hear you, whoever's talking.
Area. You're going to bring up mountainous area.
We can't hear you, Chelsea.
Chelsea,
No.
Chelsea, we're having a hard time hearing you.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
A little bit better.
Yeah, that's better.
Are you driving?
Okay. No, I'm not driving.
Go ahead,
That's
Chelsea.
not my background noise. I don't know whose background noise that is.
I'm going to mute my...
That's not my background noise. I don't know who that is.
So, to kind of like get back on the topic, right?
So you're going to bring up a rural area in mountainous areas, and you're going to have that in a very YT mountainous area. You're going to bring that into a comparison within rural districts, within inner cities of programming, the whole institution that was built around aborting children that were either of color or either of they were autistic, or there were signs of autism, or there were signs of whatever. So when we're actually looking at what the host said, and this woman that actually brought this bill into being a place, and this woman that actually brought these institutions of abortion clinics, right? So these institutions were not only built within rural cities surrounded in the heart of African American places, but they were also, this woman also was looking at the YT communities, and she was saying if a child is not perfect, they should also have the ability to be unalived, right? So it's not a color thing. It's a you're
Eugenic.
not quote unquote perfect
It's
thing,
eugenic.
right? So when we're looking at this as a whole, and sorry for whoever was like trying to bring up their little piece of like, I live in the mountains and whatever.
No. I wasn't bringing that up. I brought it up as a viability point because before you came up here, brought up point of viability. And if you're in the mountain area, and Queen even brought this up, that's not even including going out of the country to, let's say, Africa. The point of viability in Africa would be much larger than it would be in the U.S., okay? And just like it would be closer to the end of gestation. All right. But I'm just saying, even if you bring it to America in the Appalachian Mountains, rural West Virginia, the point of viability would also be higher because you would not have the same accessibility to the neonatal care that needs to be done on a premature baby. That's
Okay, yeah, meaning, wait, hold on. Meaning that it is going to be way different. The survival rate of a child that is early term, 22 weeks in New York City, where most of the top hospitals are, or Philadelphia, where CHOP is, versus some rural town in West Virginia is going to be way different. Like
Wait, my love, she's not even talking
block
about
him.
that.
Block him.
I don't have
Block
my
him.
phone.
Africa.
I'm gonna give
Chelsea, chill out for a second. Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
God.
Hold on. We're dealing with an emergency. Hold on. We gotta block no jobs, and I can't do it because I'm.
I love women, but y'all don't ever know
right.
how to stop talking to hear something good, something important.
Go ahead, Hog Boss. Hog Boss, block him immediately.
Can y'all tell me if I have any feedback while I'm off mute?
I want unashamed, and then I want Rican to go.
Unashamed, you don't have any feedback. You're good.
I got him.
Awesome.
No jobs because I don't see him. So
So
I got
my
him.
question
He's gone.
is
thank you.
to yup, okay, and this whole abortion topic hits very, 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 very close to home to me. Like it sits in my home, okay? Because I was the pro-choicer a long time ago, and then I turned around and I did something really stupid, and I should have a 27-year-old son now on top of my other two. And the one thing I can tell you is that everybody talks about viability, and everybody talks about, oh, well, it's just this or it's just that when it's in the belly, and it's just blah, 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 right? It's never a baby, right? But nobody ever talks about Nobody ever talks about the effects after the fact. And maybe if more people understood the effects of after the fact and what that does to a person, your pro-choice stance for everybody else would be thrown out the window. And the fact that you claim to be pro-choice to everybody outside of yourself means you yourself are also pro-choice. Just because you wouldn't do it doesn't mean that makes you any more pro-life. Pro-life is pro-life is pro-life. It's not pro-life for me, pro-choice for everybody else. That's not how it works. If you're for other people doing it, then you're pro-choice.
I said
if you're okay with people, now if you're okay with people doing it, that does not make you pro-life. Just because you won't do it, you said you wouldn't do it, but everybody else, but I'm pro-choice.
Well, to be fair, she said she's pro-choice, but I don't ever understand this stance because they say they're pro-life for themselves, but pro-choice for other. I feel like it's a cheap cop out on the moral standard of it. Go ahead, Yapwap.
So in response, I 100% agree. People need to talk about the after effects that happen after abortion, the emotional toll it takes on